now we're back up here at the deck that's a year and a half old. And what we're going to talk about is how to prepare your deck, how to clean and prepare your deck to stain and seal it. Now, this deck again is only a year and a half old. It was stained 9 months ago. It's been 9 months since. And again, basically it's in great shape. It doesn't have any mold growth or algae growth to mention of. There is a spot over on the end where there was a hot tub where there's never been any stain put. So just as an example, I want to show you beyond just sweeping your deck off and staining it, say if it were new or not that old or had been stained. So what I want to show you is how to clean your deck should it have mold or algae or it hasn't been maintained at all, hasn't had any stain put on it in a year's time. Usually within a year's time you're going to start to get some darkening, some blackish color, dark colors. It's going to basically less mold and mildew building up the deck. And although a lot of people like to pressure wash, I do not advise that because the pressure washing tends to remove the softer parts of the wood over time. There's a lot of instances I've seen where people have furred the wood, where basically they've put so much pressure on it, it's made the wood somewhat fuzzy, and you have to sand all of that. It's not a good thing. The easiest way to clean your deck is simple household bleach, a basic garden sprayer or pump-up sprayer. You cut your bleach with water 3 to 1. Three parts water, 1 part bleach. Sometimes if the deck is real bad, you may have to go to a 2 to 1 mixture. Now, safety when working with bleach, always. I recommend getting a good respirator. They're only about $30. Make sure it has the filters that will help with chemical and odors. Bleach can be very dangerous. It also it's caustic. It can eat your skin. So you want to wear goggles, keep it out of your eyes. At the very minimum, some basic gloves. I would recommend some longer gloves. We don't have those on us today. We're going to do a small area. I'm going to be very careful. So next, I'm going to mix this bleach, and then when we come back, we're going to go over here, and I'm going to show you, basically you just spray the deck down with the bleach, getting it wet. Alright, so now we're over here at this area of the deck where the hot tub was. There was no stain. It has got some graying. It's not much, so I'm not going to expect a whole lot of color change. Typically, if this had been uncovered for a year and a half, it would be very gray, similar to this, only much darker, and the whole area would. Again, this area has gotten more weathering than the rest of the deck, so we're going to go ahead and put a whole new coat of stain sealer on this area. But first, we're going to clean it with the bleach. And this is very simple. The most difficult part is protecting yourself from the toxic fumes of the bleach. So I'm just going to put my mask and my goggles on. I already got my fancy gloves on. And I'm going to basically just coat this deck with bleach. Normally you would look for darker parts where you might want to add a little more bleach as you go. You'll see the color changes. Within seconds it'll start to change colors. Within 5 minutes, 10 minutes, it's pretty much going to do what it's going to do. Then we're just going to wash it off with a water hose, let it dry, come back, and put the stain on. You can see the immediate color change. Check that out. It's not just the fact that the wood is wet with the water and bleach mixture. It's the bleach is taking that little bit of mold. And it's same principle on your clothes. You bleach your clothes, it gets the stains out. And most of this, we really don't need the bleach since it has been stained before, but we'll put a little bit on just to see what happens. It's not going to hurt anything. It's real right here. You can see here this wood is much brighter. There's still a little bit of darkness around here. It could be stained maybe from the water dripping out of the hot tub. I'm not sure what was going on there. Now, we want to make sure that we rinse this really well because bleach is very corrosive. And an hour or so of bleach on these fastener nails, screws, you're going to have some long-term corrosion problems on your fasteners, which is going to cause all sorts of problems, including potential deck failure. So I'm going to, the shape this thing is in, the bleach is done basically what it's going to do. I'm going to walk right down, get a water hose and rinse it off. I think you guys can handle that at home. Make sure you rinse it good, and then we'll let it dry good, come back and stain it.